Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, sorry for the impromptu live, nothing scheduled. Listen, man, I just wanted to touch bases, man. It's a little early. This is brunch time with the bullies. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it like that, man. We're gonna let it brew for a few minutes. Um, but we got some stuff to talk about, man. I mean, whether you catch the live stream now or later, or you catch my official video later when I'm talking about the keys to victory. But in all actuality, it is hard to gauge the keys to victory when you don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. I didn't do my usual mic test and all of that. Give me a thumbs up. What's good, Banks? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my guy 23 days later, man. Mega Man, what up? Like the stream, share the stream. You already know. Still spinning from the season twist. Absolutely, man. This was like a twist from your favorite sitcom. This was your twist from a favorite sitcom, man. Nobody predicted nothing like this happening towards the end of the season, and I am torn. I'm gonna speak for myself this live stream. I'm not gonna speak for the popular opinion. I'm gonna speak for myself and how I feel about where we are and where the season is going. I'm gonna speak for myself. But before we even get into how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, shout out to the Washington football team. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest win of the division, possibly the biggest win of the year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Giants with the second biggest win, all coming in the same 2 weeks. But this is what I don't understand. For the life of me, it was the NFC lease. It was the NFC lease, right? You don't hear that quite so much right now. Man, that dudes are 5-7. Like, that's a miraculous record. It was the NFC East. It was the NFC East 2 weeks ago. I'm glad just to see that the division is getting some respect, no matter where we are, because I always felt like this was the best division in football for the simple fact that every team got a ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see that the division is getting some respect. You know what I mean? Because it's much deserved for some of these teams who, the Washington, they've been bad for so long. I like where Washington's headed with Alex Smith. I like what I see out of the Giants and that good defense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to front. But at the end of the day, it's about the Eagles and how we feel about the Eagles moving forward. Like I said, before I get into it, man, understand that I am speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for nobody else. I'm not speaking for no trolls. I'm speaking for myself. Make sure you like and make sure you share the stream. You know what I'm saying? I am torn between who to start this week. I'm torn between who to start this week. I'm gonna just keep it 100. Listen, you can't physically, if you Doug Peterson, walk into that locker room and say, "Well, we're gonna go back to Carson Wentz," after in the manner that you basically benched him for a whole half. You can't do that. You can't do it. Now, Jalen Hurts created the spark. Jalen Hurts got the chains moving. Jalen Hurts brought energy and brought life to the football team. So in a sense, you really can't walk away from the energy and the life. You know what I'm saying? I heard Dan Orlovsky say something that was really, really, really interesting. Dan Orlovsky said, "You never play." He said something about you make your decisions for the future and not for the now. Right now, with the division being so bad, the Philadelphia Eagles have to play for wins now in order to try to win the division. In the meantime, you're gonna have a $60 million dude riding the bench. You have a $60 million dude riding the bench for an experiment to see what Jalen Hurts can give you. Hurts looked comfortable because, in my opinion, this is why Hurts looked more comfortable, because Hurts is faster. Hurts has a better escapability. I'll explain. When you have an offensive line that is just collapsing all around you, your first instinct is to run. Period. When the cop's chasing you, if you're a criminal, you got to run. When it's a jailbreak of a pass rush coming for you, you got to run. You got to run. And he Hurts, from what I've seen from Hurts is one read and he's out the gate. One read and out the gate. If he likes his first read, he's throwing it. And then if you don't like that first read, he's out the gate. But this is what I like about him, though. When he's out the gate, his eyes are still up the field. Now, he was ready to probably ready to run when he saw that Greg Ward touchdown opening, but the run wouldn't have got him the first down, and that would have been a bad decision. So he threw it up there to Greg Ward, who was open. That was the good play. But he saw the first read wasn't there, stepped into the pocket, ready to run. It was just natural. Then something must have clicked in his head like, listen, this is 4th and 18. I got to throw this to the end zone or to the sticks. I got to throw it. You know what I mean? And that's what happened, man. So the escapability can carry him further in this offense with the aging offensive line and with the way that they don't protect. He played less minutes than Carson, but was sacked only one less time. The offensive line is still an issue. I just don't believe in feeding them to the wolves next week. I don't believe in doing that, man. I just got a bad feeling about feeding them to the wolves. Now, I'm eager to see what Hurts can do, which is why I'm leaning towards starting Hurts, because I really want to see what he could do. I want to see what he could do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, again, I'm not speaking for nobody else. I'm speaking for myself. I never got chased by the cops because I'm law abiding. Well, that's good for you, brother. Good for you. You know what I mean? I know dudes who law abiding and still was chased by the cops. You know what I'm saying? And Maverick, you know, I'll be seeing your troll jobs, Maverick. Your troll jobs are I mean, Maverick, we come from two different worlds, obviously. You probably from like Abington County or something like that. Y'all got a lot of good grass, a lot of good schools. I get it. But from where I'm from, law-abiding citizens get chased by the cops. It's just what it is, just based upon how we look. It just happens. You know what I mean? We didn't grow up with lawns and people walking their dogs like you did, Maverick. Good for you that you law-abiding. I'm also law-abiding, but I get pulled over because of how my car looked. But not to get off topic. Fitz Vegas in here, what'd he say? You ain't grow up in West Philly, Maverick. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm leaning more towards Hurts because you already opened this can of worms. And plus, I want to see what he can do. I want to see what he could do. I want to see more. I'm intrigued. Not going front. I'm intrigued. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see more. You know what I mean? He did some promising stuff, but the fact of the matter is this: still 6 for 12, still somewhere under 50%, I believe. I want to see more. That was a very small sample size for me. But on the other side of the ball, what do you say? If you're a law-abiding citizen, dudes goofball, screw him. Listen, if you're on the other side of the pill, I want to see how Carson Wentz is going to react to the benching. I want to see how Carson Wentz is going to respond as well. What will happen if you do start Carson Wentz? How is he going to respond? He was benched. We got it over with. The benching was over with. Are you going to learn your lesson? How's he going to respond? It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible for the Philadelphia Eagles to run around here and not make a decision by now. It's irresponsible. Now, are they waiting to see who has the better week in practice? Are they waiting to see who has a better week in practice? I don't know what they're waiting for to make a decision, but this is why I'm torn in the middle. I want to see how Carson Wentz responds because Carson Wentz, in my opinion, is a franchise quarterback. I believe he believes he's a franchise quarterback. I believe this is just a bad year. I need to see how he responds, and I want to see more from Jalen Hurts. But you got to pick who's going to start, and that decision, when you pick who's going to start, you can't take the starter out the game. He got to play all 4 quarters. You can't properly evaluate either player by letting him play one half and letting the other guy play the second half. You cannot properly evaluate those guys. Play the full game. Drew Johnson, play the full game. That's all I'm saying, man. And you got to make a decision. At the end of the day, I don't care personally who the starting quarterback is going to be. What I care about is the Philadelphia Eagles making a decision. Jalen Hurts is the future. You saw 12 pass attempts. You see what I'm saying? You saw 12 pass attempts. You don't know what the future is. You saw 12 pass attempts. And this is more of Howie Roseman's fault than everything. A lot of people jumped in my inbox and my DM saying, well, this proves that it's all not on Howie. The receivers didn't magically get separation when Jalen Hurts stepped on the field. Newsflash, Howie Roseman also paid Carson Wentz. He decided to give him the money. He decided at the time he was worth it. Howie Roseman also decided to draft Jalen Hurts and keep a controversy in Philadelphia. We have a quarterback farm. Remember that? So a lot of this is Howie Roseman's doing, man. A lot of this is Howie Roseman's doing. If you guys just start watching football, let me help you understand something. Teams name their starters and they have a press conference and they do it outright and they do it in the beginning for a reason. For a reason. To make sure that confidence is at an all-time high for the most important position on the field. All last week and all the week before that, Doug Peterson said Carson Wentz is our guy. Carson Wentz is our starter. So you know what he did? Benched him in the second half of a game. That's what he did. How can Carson Wentz actually even trust the organization moving forward? Which is why I'm a heavy advocate for now. If you're going to trade him now. Trade him now if you're going to trade him. Trade him now. You're not going to sit here and tell me that I should throw away a guy for 11 bad games or 11 questionable games when I've seen his body of work over previous seasons. He has a bad season with a lot of circumstances, a bad season, not making no excuses for him, but we're ready to throw away everything he's done for 3 drives for a half of football, basically. We're ready to throw away everything Carson Wentz has done for a half of football. Now, to Jalen Hurts' credit, Jalen Hurts seems like he's ready to seize the opportunity. He seems like he's ready to take any time he can get. He's been bad since 2017. That is a lie. This is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't true. Carson Wentz last year, in my opinion, his last season was his most impressive season. And the manner that he won the division, winning 5 games in a row, how could you not appreciate him winning 5 games in a row last season, seeing how hard it is for us to get our 4th this season? How could you not appreciate it? Now, I will agree Carson Wentz may be mentally weak. He may be mentally weak, but at the end of the day, who wouldn't be mentally weak? I got a day job. If my supervisors come in to me in my office and talk to me about this guy does the same thing you do, we brung him here for no apparent reason, but you still gonna do what you do, but he does the same thing you do. That dude gets transferred, that dude leaves, then you bring another dude in. Come on, bruh. Come on. I don't understand that, man. I don't understand that. You got law-abiding citizens though in the chat. Help me understand that, Mr. Law-abiding citizen. DK Metcalf was talking to Laurie with his play on the field. Yeah, he was talking to Laurie. I 100% agree. Justin Jefferson got 1,000 yards receiving. Dude is on a Hall of Fame pace. Come on, bruh. Wentz can't read deep. No, Wentz can't read the D at all. It appears to be that way. It appears that both quarterbacks are running for their lives in most cases, from what I saw from the Packers game, and both quarterbacks handle it different. When Wentz gets outside the pocket, Wentz automatically looks for a home run shot, when sometimes it's in your best interest to either tuck it and run or take the short underneath route. Jalen Hurts, when he's flushed out the pocket, Jalen Hurts just takes off. First instinct, one read and run. That's the type of quarterback that he is. That's the type of quarterback that he is. Wentz needs an offseason and possibly a new coach to get right. I can agree with that. I think that, I'm not going to sit here and skim over how bad play calling has been for Carson Wentz. I'm not going to sit there and skim past how bad a lot of stuff has been for Carson Wentz. Lord Brunson, do you remember when you said Wentz was better than Dak? I do remember that. I absolutely remember that. But I'll tell you something about Dak Prescott while we're on this subject. Dak Prescott, when he left, when he got hurt, wasn't they 1-3? Wasn't they 1-3 when he got hurt? Dak Prescott organization didn't believe in him. He didn't get paid. When he got hurt, when Carson Wentz had his season-ending injury, the Philadelphia Eagles basically had the number 1 seed already. I'm missing what you're saying. Well, at one point, it's about winning. Okay. Dak had great stats when he got hurt, if that's what you're looking for. He had great stats. But if you want me to be for real, Dak ain't the best quarterback in the division when you got a healthy Alex Smith playing the way he playing. I think Washington could win a playoff game. I'm going to be real about that. Yeah, that's all this team needs is coaching change and a better draft. And that's all they need. That's all they need. Dak is better than Wentz, but he ain't top 5. Listen, I can't listen. I cannot pass any judgment on Carson Wentz right now until I see him in a better situation. This situation that Jalen Hurts is in right now, with some exciting gameplay and a few exciting drives, this is a dangerous situation. I don't want you guys to get your hopes up way too high with a small sample size, because I'm going to have to feel sorry for Jalen, because I know the Philadelphia Eagles fan base better than any other content creator. I'm really from the soil. As soon as Jalen Hurts throws 2 interceptions in the game, y'all are going to eat him alive. And this Saints game is a prime game for him to have a bad game. Bottom line, a prime game for him to have a bad game. But I'm anxious to see what he has. It's hard for me to say who should be a starter. It ain't my decision to make. But if I was Doug Peterson, in all honesty, I would go with Carson Wentz to see how he responds to the benching. If he responds poorly to the benching, then I'm shutting him down. Period. I gotta give the dude that I extended the benefit of the doubt. I benched you. This should be a wake-up call for you. I can't shut you down for a whole season and expect to get a wake-up call out of you. You got to play through that benching. Same way McNabb played through his second half benching. You got to play through it. I believe he's going to respond well, but we'll never know if we decide to not start him next week. We'll never know. Don't be stupid. If he throws 5 interceptions, we need to see that so we can know what direction to go into the draft. How is that being stupid? If he throws 5 interceptions, listen. At the end of the day, I'm going to help you out. Since you listen, dog. Listen. The Philadelphia Eagles are not picking a quarterback in the draft. I can almost guarantee it. You got Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts throws 5 interceptions, that don't mean you see how fast already. This is a prime example. Already they're ready to hang it up on the dude. They only saw half of football. So if he throws 5 interceptions, we need to draft another quarterback. He a rookie, right? He a rookie, so he don't get the benefit of the doubt. Why would you draft another quarterback? Come on, see? I'm telling you, if Jalen Hurts throws 5 interceptions, all that proves to me is that you should have gave your starter the benefit of the doubt. Don't mean that you need to go get another backup quarterback. Don't mean that. Jalen Hurts also deserves the benefit of the doubt because he is a rookie. Period. If he throw 5 picks, we need to draft. Look, we already ready to waste a draft pick if he fails. Come on, bro. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. Wentz ain't going to be here next year. He probably not going to be here next year. But being that I understand salary cap and stuff a little more than others, he will be here next year. He will. It will be criminal for him not to be here. Jamar Chase, I like Jamar Chase. Right now, if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, with the Giants win, and with the Washington football team win, you got to start looking at draft pick situation. You got to look at the 5th. You got to look at your pick. Go get you a stud wide receiver finally. Go get you a play caller, and then you can reevaluate and see what's going on. And then you can reevaluate. Bottom line. 60 mil dead money. We all know. We all know that it's 60 mil dead money if you were to release them or cut them. If you trade them, somebody takes the money on. If you keep them, it's only like 22 million or something like that you have to pay him. I forget what he on the books for next million. We know. So you're telling me you're willing to cut him and be 60 mil in dead money? I mean, you can't cut him. That's the bottom line. We got to eat that money. Listen to who we talking about. They didn't even want to eat Alshon's contract. You think they're going to eat 60 million? They're going to go in here and bring in some of the best offensive coordinators and minds around to help this dude out. You know what I mean? We're going to see, though. But official video coming later, man. Let me know what y'all think. I'm officially torn. I don't know what direction that the Eagles are going to go in as far as, starting who and starting when. But I would like to see Jalen Hurts start because I want to see more. And I would like to see Carson Wentz start because I want to see how he's going to respond to the benching. It's not a comfortable place to be in if you're an Eagles fan, and it can't be a comfortable place to be in if you're one of the Eagles coaches. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line that we in, man. We in a bad situation. We're in a bad situation, and the situation has been. We did this to ourselves as a franchise. The front office did this, man. The front office did this. By 2022, we could clear Carson off the books and invest $60 million in Jason. By 2022, we could clear Carson off the books and invest $60 million in Jason. And what is going to happen in the meantime? What's going to happen in the meantime? What other positions are going to suffer because you're so eager to clear somebody off the books off of one season and invest $60 million in somebody off of 3 drives? What's going to happen? What other holes are going to be created in the offense? Nobody has an answer for that. Everybody just has the quick answer, man. The quick answer. Brunson, what's good? When still starts Sunday? His contract experience and leftover benching response, and willing to answer. Yeah, I'm willing. I'm willing to see. I'm willing to see. Dudes in here talking about 2022 like we ain't got to live through 21. Like we ain't got to live through 21. Come on. Come on. So meanwhile, you got $100 million dude on the bench and you want to build around Jalen Hurts. What about building around Carson? When did that happen? When did that happen? Yeah, we definitely. I agree with you, Maverick. We're gonna have to build. We're gonna have to build through the draft. We're gonna have to build through the draft. You got to build through the draft. We would have been so well off had we hit on the last 2 drafts. If we would have drafted DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson, we'd be in a very good position. Very good position. Wentz is still suffering from that concussion. I don't think that's a fact. These guys got some of the best medical professionals in the world. These dudes get tested all the time for concussions. If he had a concussion, it would show up in some type of test. Wentz is suffering from not wanting to throw interceptions. If you think about it, he didn't take one deep shot at all before he was pulled. He was scared to take his shots. Scared to take his shots. LB, we also passed on Cortland Sutton, if you remember. I remember. Devontae Adams, it was a lot. A lot, bro. Jeremy Chin. Bro, we did that. Where you been, LB? How we built around him, and look what he did. When did Howie Roseman build around Carson Wentz? The only piece that I could think of that Howie Roseman put around Carson Wentz was Alshon Jeffrey, who was already aging. But it did help us get to the Super Bowl and have a prolific season. Yeah, he did get Alshon another tight end in Dallas Goedert. But what about your offensive line? They bring back Jason Peters every 40th birthday. They got a rugby player to play left tackle who's an experiment. What about the offensive line? They extended Nelson Aguilar even though it wasn't working. He seems to be a Pro Bowler now. What about the offensive line? What about the wide receiver core? You bring back Deshaun Jackson who can't stay healthy. You bring back Jordan Matthews. All Howie Roseman did was bring back people for cheap. That ain't building around nobody. You drafted Arcega-Whiteside when DK Metcalf was on the board. We built it around Carson Wentz? Are you kidding me? All we do is bring back people. Got Jordan Howard to let him go to bring him back. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. When did we build around Carson Wentz? I must have been asleep. Dillard is a busted bag of chips. Bust. When did we build around Carson Wentz? How he tried, but he picked the wrong players. That's why he has to go. Exactly. His job is to get it right. He can't make mistakes. He's not paid to do that. His job is to get it right. Drafted a running back. Yeah, we drafted Miles. We drafted Miles Sanders. But Carson Wentz don't call run plays, do we? We don't use Miles Sanders. Come on. Howie Roseman did nothing to help out Carson Wentz. What do you think he's going to do to help Jalen Reagor? What do you think? Now he has to get it right because his job is on the line. Drafted Reagor and they just now deciding to put him at punt return last week. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. And then at the same time, if you remember correctly, I did a draft board. I said that Rager would be a good fit because we're terrible at punt return. We were the 6th worst last year. You put him back there, he take one to the crib. He wasn't even running hard. Wasn't even running hard. Took one to the crib. Imagine if he ran hard and had some enthusiasm with him, like a Debo Samuels or something. Howie did a lot. Is this Howie Roseman cousin? Tripping. If Howie did was miss. Let's be real now. Let's be real. And I'm not here to even blame Howie. Howie did get some players, but he got the wrong ones. He got the wrong ones. Howie, Doug, and Carson share blame. Let's listen. Listen, they all share the blame, but Howie Roseman got one job. If you sitting here telling me that you wouldn't have took Justin Jefferson with that first pick and then Jeremy Chin with that second pick, you bugging. You bugging. You bugging. If you could sit here and tell me that in any fathom, when you're after your quarterback won the division last year, you go grab another quarterback, that don't even make sense. That don't make sense at all. Don't make sense at all. The controversy was started from day one. From day one. From day one. McNabb did more with less. McNabb had a top 5 defense most of his career. McNabb never threw for 4,000 passing yards. Never. Carson Wentz did that for you last year, first quarterback in Eagles history. McNabb never threw for 33 touchdown passes. Never. Never. Carson Wentz did that. McNabb, nobody never breathed MVP around McNabb's name. Nobody. The Eagles Hall of Famers are in the Hall of Fame. Dawkins, T.O. Them dudes that played with McNabb, man. Them dudes that played with McNabb. And we're gonna stop acting like Brian Westbrook was trash. Brian Westbrook was Kamara before you even heard of Kamara and Christian McCaffrey. Come on, man. Come on. Andy Reid could coach. Andy Reid could coach any team in the National Football League and make them look better. McNabb coach ran the ball. You know what I'm saying? But it's not no shot at McNabb. But listen, man, listen. The indictments and the hate on Carson Wentz, it's just like how quick we forget. How soon we forget. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I'm torn about who should start this upcoming week. I want to see more from Jalen, and I want to see how Carson Wentz responds. But only one guy can start the game. Only one guy can start the game. If Jalen Hurts is struggling and you start him, do you pull him for Carson Wentz? It's a mess in Philly right now, bruh. It is a mess in Philly, bruh. It's a mess in Philly. If Jalen Hurts go out there and throw 2 picks in the first half, we getting blown out, do you put Carson Wentz back in the game? It's a mess in Philly, bruh. It's just a mess, man. And you know, it got to be cleaned up, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Official video coming later. I'm going to do the keys to victory. But the thing about it is the keys to victory might end up being a 15-minute video unless a starter get named sometime today, because I got to do the keys to victory for both quarterbacks, clearly, because we have a quarterback farm. I'm disgusted. Let me know what you think in the comments.